Okay, so this time we're chatting about Alice in Wonderland, the book versus the animated movie you can see right here, and then the live action with Johnny Depp. The book came out, I don't even know, I think the Alice in Wonderland came out in like 1951, and then the cartoon version, and then the real life version was 2010. But the book, Andrea will tell us momentarily.
It came out in
This is what
1865.
1865. Holy moly.
That's later than I thought.
Yeah. So this is going to be a fun quiz over the book and the movie, and then also just some fun facts. So let's go. I didn't even know it did that. Did you see that animation?
Yeah.
It's fancy. So
house rules. There are none. Keep your own score. Guess well or not at all. Me no shing show.
That's me.
They start out with house rules in the tea party, I believe. So, okay. How many times did Alice change sizes in the book, if you had to guess?
Should we mark it down, or do we tell you what we think?
Just both. What do you think, if you had to guess?
12. 12. That was going to be my guess too. Andrea, stop copying me.
Well, you technically said it first. Are you ready? It is 12.
Dang.
That was a good guess on your guys' part. Yeah, between eating things, drinking things, like whatnot, she changes sizes 12 times in the book. I couldn't get an accurate count in the movies because it was very hard to keep track, and I couldn't find it online. I tried to cheat. Okay, true or false? Tweedledee and Tweedledum were mentioned in the book.
True.
Andrea? What'd you say?
False.
It is false. They were not mentioned in the book, but it is kind of confusing because there's a picture of them in there. And like, if you've seen the movie, you know who they are. But they actually were in the Alice in Wonderland, or Alice Through the Looking Glass. So Lewis Carroll put them in the second book, but they were never mentioned in the first book. But there are pictures of them. I'll show you right here. There are pictures of them even still in my book that I have right here, Alice in Wonderland.
See, they're in my book.
All right. Oyster babies are murdered in the
book.
Live action.
You're all wrong. Cartoon. Do you remember? It's a very disturbing scene. I don't know if you remember. They're not mentioned in the book in this one, though I do think they are in The Looking Glass. I haven't read that book in a long time, so I'm not exactly sure. But in the cartoon version, she basically gets told this story of this like sea captain and whatnot, and they go off and they steal these little oysters who are living in the sea, and they're so happy, and they bring them back to their ship and they murder them all and eat them, which is very odd to put into a children's book or children's movie.
Wait, so it wasn't in the book. They just decided in the cartoon, let's throw in this random murder.
I think they're in the Looking Glass book.
Oh, okay.
And so I think then they got put into the movie. But it didn't really, in my opinion, add anything like substantial to the movie. So I didn't think it was necessary. But okay, true or false? An unbirthday is mentioned in every version of Alice in Wonderland.
True.
Sure.
False.
Ooh, debate going on. True or false? False.
Dang.
Unbirthdays are actually first mentioned in the book sequel. They're not mentioned at all in Alice in Wonderland. But it is quite a prominent thing in the movie. You know, an unbirthday type of thing. In the cartoon, the White Rabbit's voice actor also plays
me.
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 don't know. I feel peer pressure to go with Smee.
Go with me.
Okay, Smee.
You're all right, but you're kind of wrong. It's me and Uncle Waldo, which if you didn't know is from the Aristocrats.
Oh, yeah, I was
okay,
gonna-
what
I don't-
Oh.
I don't
So
even
is
know
that like
who
half a
Uncle Waldo.
point?
Yeah, you can have half a point.
Okay. I can't, by the way, I can't like think of Aristocrats without thinking of it mashed up to that Lizzo song. Have you guys seen that?
No,
That
I
is
haven't
so
seen it.
funny.
The like cartoon version of the cats playing the piano matches perfectly with one of the Lizzo songs, and it's hilarious. I'll send it to you guys.
Thank you.
You definitely should. Okay, in the cartoon version, Alice voice actor also plays.
Wendy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Wendy. She's
Tinkerbell.
whiny and annoying too.
It's Wendy. Wendy darling. If you watch it right after, like, I've seen Peter Pan a million times. It's my favorite Disney movie. And I noticed it right away when I was watching Alice in Wonderland. It's definitely the like little girl, whimsical kind of whiny voice. Okay, where was Lewis Carroll born? Oh, I misspelled his last name. It's Carroll.
United
UK.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wrong. Nowhere. Because that's a pseudonym. His actual name is Charles, or a pen name, Lutwidge Dodson.
That's a trick.
Trick.
Yeah. Trick question, Madeline.
I know, right? I got sneaky with these. And so in the book, there's a dodo bird, and apparently he wrote that as like himself because his last name's Dodson. And so online I read that he would sometimes introduce himself as like Dodo or something like that. And so in the book, the character in there, the dodo bird, is actually based on himself.
Interesting.
Yeah. In the live action, Alice goes to Wonderland because she sees a white rabbit and wants to go on an adventure. She simply falls into the hole on accident. She is trying to avoid getting married, or she is tricked into eating cake and then carried down the hole.
Married.
Married.
Yeah, I'll go with married too.
Married.
Definitely not the last one.
Yeah, she's trying to avoid getting married, which honestly, I found the live action to be the furthest from the book. It was definitely not Johnny Depp. What's his name? What's the director's name?
Oh.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Yeah, it was definitely his interpretation of Alice in Wonderland. It wasn't super similar to the book, in my opinion, and it felt more like a sequel to the first book versus actually encompassing like true Alice in Wonderland as like her as a little girl going into.
So
That's weird because like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was really close.
Yeah.
So I think though, like because I watched that live action one recently, and creepy Johnny Depp is like my favorite.
Mhm.
But towards like they like hint at it throughout, just like a little bit, but at the end they talk more about it, and that was supposed to be her return to
Mhm.
Wonderland. Like supposedly, like from the live action point of view, she was there when she was younger, and she left and she forgot all of it, and this is her going back and trying to remember.
I agree. And I really think it should have been like Alice's return to Wonderland because it also didn't really follow through the Looking Glass either. That book, it was kind of like an in-between story. So it was kind of hard for me to honestly compare the book to that movie because it was quite different, in my opinion. Alice goes on trial in the book, live action, or cartoon. So when she like gets put on trial.
Cartoon.
Book.
Cartoon. Book. Cartoon.
Trick question.
Cartoon. In the book, one of the other guys is on trial.
Oh yeah.
And
okay. Yeah.
she's like at the trial for him, and I think the Cheshire Cat is being like sent up for execution or something in the book. But the cartoon
Yeah,
is
she gets like mad and yeah, I forgot about that. She wasn't on. She just freaks out. She's sitting in the stands or whatever.
yeah. Okay. The talking door appears in the book, cartoon, or live action.
Cartoon.
Cartoon.
Cartoon and Throne of Glass.
Yeah. Touche, Liz. I wish I would have put that on here. Just the cartoon here.
The
But
whole
yeah,
time
in
in Throne of Glass. That's all I could think. That's like I pictured like the cartoon door handle in my head.
the
You
knocker.
know what's funny? So I've been like trying to buy doorknobs because our house sucks and our doorknobs are ugly. And they have that, like, if you type cool doorknobs, they have the Alice in Wonderland doorknobs.
Are
Like,
you gonna put one on your library door?
no.
You should. Okay, so I'll move this over here for this one. True or false? The Cheshire Cat is a main character in the story.
True.
False.
False.
I tricked you again. It's true and false. I feel like you guys are gonna hate me after this. Well, in the book, the Cheshire Cat really isn't a main character at all. It's really only in like 3 very short scenes. But in the movies, I would argue that the Cheshire Cat, is like a guide to Alice, like guiding her through Wonderland.
He's only in the book a few times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's really not a big deal. I would say that the caterpillar in the book is someone you like that she talks to a bit more versus the Cheshire Cat.
I feel like neither the caterpillar or the Cheshire Cat was very helpful.
Yeah, we're very good.
They were like purposely not helpful. They're like Dumbledore, pretty much.
Yeah.
So for this isn't a question, but I thought it was interesting that all of these phrases are still in commonplace today, and they're from Alice in Wonderland, but they're used just commonly, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
We're all mad here. I like that one.
That's definitely made a comeback in like how is science and whatnot. That's all.
Good job.
Thanks, Madeline. Wait, how many points do you guys get?
I got
5.5.
4.5.
I think I got 4.5 also.
Dang.
How many did you get, Kelly?
5.5.
And you win nothing at all, but I'll give you a little round of applause.
Thank you. Good job.
Oh my God.
I appreciate it.
Well, there you have it. Alice in Wonderland, book versus movie versus cartoon versus
Look at mine.
fiction.
Oh, that's pretty.
Just way pretty.
This book like reminds me of my childhood.
It's from Ian and Mark when I was a little kid.
I didn't get one of those. Cool.